to Where the Doctor Travels. My name is Dr. May. Uh, Today we're talking about 5 reasons why you should definitely study abroad. This time, I am that kind of doctor. I work with college students and help them be successful in college. And one of the things that I really encourage my students to do is participate in study abroad. And now I'm not always talking about the full year or semester. There's a lot of different options. But you should really explore these reasons because I think that they are going to create a great experience for college students, and they really help with encouraging people to travel and to really learn how to travel. You might wonder, why is she so invested in getting people to study abroad? Well, I can tell you, my love for travel and my first international trips all were because of study abroad. I did it in college, and I know that these 5 things are all things that I achieved and things that came about because I participated in study abroad. So let's talk about these 5 reasons why you should study abroad. Reason number 1, you want to do study abroad because it gives you the chance to travel. That's what this channel is all about. This is what I love. And being able to travel in a way that's not the week-long at a resort where you're just hanging out on the pool, but this is actually a chance to talk about culture, to experience how people live, how to get to actually get around a place, see what the actual location is like. It's not just seeing the highlights, it's seeing the good, the okay. Stay away from unsafe places when you're doing a study abroad. But when you're doing a study abroad, this gives you the chance to really see what's happening in different places and experience those fully because you're there for a longer period of time. Reason number 2 why you want to do study abroad. So study abroad garners independence. I'm talking when you have to solve a problem potentially in another language, you learn really fast how to advocate for yourself and how to adapt. And that's just a different skill than what you would get if you stay in the United States. There is one thing to have to figure out how to talk to a professor about a grade. It's another thing when you're dealing with your bus was missed and you're trying to figure out the bus schedule that is not in your language and making sure that you're able to still get into town, or even coordinating with other people in your study abroad group and some of them don't come on time and trying to figure out, are we all missing the bus or are they going to be on their own? And then making sure that they have a way to get there on their own as well. You can also learn just how to feed yourself. If you're not staying with the host family that feeds you, or if they're only required to feed you so many meals, do you know how to get to a grocery store? Do you know how to cook for yourself? Do you know how to find a restaurant and order? Those are the kind of things that you learn, and that's just the basics. That's if no emergencies come up. So you can really garner a lot of independence when you're living separate from your family for either a week or a semester or a year even. Reason number 3. Reason number 3 for doing study abroad is to experience the culture. And not just the culture that's for display, or not just seeing festivals or the highlighted seasons, but seeing how people live their everyday lives somewhere else. Just learning the small nitty-gritty of how things work or why they work is significantly different. One thing that I learned when I was in Europe is that the sales tax is already included in their prices. They don't have the sales tax after whatever the price is actually what you pay. And I had never experienced that before because that's not what we do in the US. And so the little small things and learning what's actually possible, I would love it if we could just build that in the United States. Whatever we've got to do that, you guys. If we can make that happen, that would be great. But that's why I say learning what's actually out there so that when people are out discussing world events, you have some context of what this means for other people and why certain things could be important to other people because you've actually seen how they live there every day. Reason number 4 why you want to do study abroad. This is because you want to get those lifelong connections and friendships that you will only get by having this experience and getting off of campus. So for college students, now you make some great friends in college on campus that you will have forever. But then there's a bonus opportunity to go and study abroad and get even bigger network. So now if you look at my Facebook group, I've got people that I met when I was in Costa Rica, when I was in Belgium, and these are just some of the people that now I have a connection with, and I might even see them still in the United States, or sometimes I see them while I'm abroad. So to give an example is one of my peers that went on a study abroad trip to Costa Rica. She was from a school in Texas. So when I was visiting Austin one time, I was like, hey, let's connect. And I was able to connect with her after we had both graduated because we had that experience in Costa Rica. So now, even if I'm in Texas, I still have a connection that I wouldn't have had if I had never done that study abroad. So, reason number 5, and this is the big one. Because of all of the other things, because of all of the other reasons 1 through 4, you are more likely to be successful not only in college, but also when you're out in the real world. So students who are doing study abroad, a lot of times there are GPA requirements. So if you want to get out there and do this trip, you're going to make sure your grades are on point. Also, after college, now that you've had the ability to talk about your cultural experiences, your ability to travel abroad, your ability to problem solve, that independence that you gained, that makes you a better employee. That makes you someone that someone wants to hire because they know that they can send you places. They know that you can communicate and interact with people from different backgrounds, and that means you can represent their company well. So when you're talking about study abroad and whether or not it'll help you in your career, the largest group of majors in the United States that went to study abroad, according to the 2023 Open Doors report, I'll put citations at the bottom, was actually business and management majors. 20% of all students who study abroad were in business. So these are actually skills that are going along with business majors, and they're going and getting them abroad. Being able to work for a company in different places or to intern, those are great opportunities that still count as study abroad. So there's a direct relationship between your study abroad experience and your future career success. So this is a great opportunity to develop those skills that are going to make you stand out on interviews, on your resume. I put my study abroad trips on my resume for years, and it opened up doors and opportunities that really allowed me to even further my experiences. Because I can talk with people from different backgrounds, I can talk with students from different backgrounds now. So if I want to work with international students, if I want to work with students doing study abroad, if I want to represent my university or my college with people from all different backgrounds, I can do that, and they can feel confident that I can do that because I've had this experience. So what are you going to do to try to get that experience and really make sure that you're going to be successful in the real world? This is one thing that you can add to that list. So it's not the only way to garner those experiences. There's definitely opportunities within the United States. But being able to say that you to talk about a problem that you solved while you were studying abroad in Europe, or a relationship that you were able to garner while you were doing a trip in Latin America, or being able to go all around the world, Australia, Asia, Africa, all of those different places, you will develop different skills. You'll go through different experiences, but those will be things that no one else can say that they experienced because they weren't there at the exact same time on the exact same trip. And so this is the thing that really will set you apart from a lot of different candidates when it's time. So just because I'm saying study abroad does not mean you or your student is going to be gone for a year or a semester. There are short trips, there are long trips. Even though there are trips up to a year, most students actually do shorter term trips. So we're talking about a summer or even shorter. So if you look, about summers are the most popular, but some do as few as a week or 2 weeks. And so there is a trip for anyone who wants to go study abroad.